My shitty looking videos is for anyone to inspire anyone that you too can do a shitty looking video. But my content is good. So it doesn't matter what you look like. It matters what you hold in your heart. If you're loyal, if you are honest and loyal and don't cheat. Late George Carlin, genius, cut the 10 Commandments to 2. Be honest and don't cheat. I mean, what, that's why you do not trust in man, but only in God, the real God. And no one knows how anything started. Certainly wasn't Adam and Eve, but I mean, part of the story is true. But I mean, I'll never believe in Job or the prodigal son. No. The prodigal son would never have existed because there's no father who would ever give their son an inheritance early on. I mean, well, the whole world is totally crazy, and it always has been totally crazy. So yes, there's a possibility for any craziness to happen. But more than likely, that never happened. It's only a story. And for people to be like, well, that's so great. That, yeah, it's good that the father had loving, open arms, right? For his boy that came back. But what took place was wrong. The boy should have farmed for the rest of his life for spending half of the inheritance. And the other boy enjoy his days with his father since he slaved on the farm for that long. And that's just fair. There's no earth is hell because there's nothing that's fair. All the evil reigns. The evil brother went and took half of the inheritance and spent it all. That's evil. So evil reigns with the prodigal son. If that story is true. You can't prove that story is true. You can't prove any of the stories that are true in the Old Testament. I have to say, I like verses in Isaiah that I heard. I like some verses. I love David, because David, was king, and he suffered a hell of a lot. Now, he did do a major wrong thing. So his lust, okay, you have to know how much David, if you bother reading any of the Psalms, that's where I came from. Death. People wanting me dead. Okay, I never ever had I didn't know what the hell love was. Ever. Like, my first boyfriend, was love, but, I didn't know how to reciprocate since I never had it. I wouldn't know what love is, I wouldn't know. So, I was cursed with, going out with the worst men. But I mean, I never chose any of my people that I wanted to date except for my first boyfriend, Mark Edward Pesnowski. That's it. Who did I choose to date? No one. My life is hell. What was put on my plate, I had no choices. My life is total hell. I had no choice with going out with any of the guys that chose to go out with me. It wasn't the other way around. And then I'm child molested, so I feel sorry for all these stupid men. And I'll call them stupid. And they were all cheapskates. Every single last one of them ended up being a cheapskate. Total cheapskate. I can't say one good thing about any of the men that I knew. Period. Seriously. They were useless to me. They stole from me, took advantage of me and my kindness and my good heart. They're nothing. They're empty vessels. They don't even exist. Every humanoid is an empty vessel unless they are born again. That's what born again means. And that shouldn't be too hard to figure out. Born again meaning you love what Jesus did. He died on the cross for all of your insane abusers. He made you want to die and made you insane. He took away the insanity. And then he died for my sin that naturally hated them. I would naturally hate my abuser who made me want to die. So that's where all these insane abusers in my life, they make no sense. They cry about their abuser. How the hell can you cry about someone who made you want to die? Makes no sense. Yeah, but they themselves are super demon possessed, and they make other people want to die. Like, pretend a lot narcissist. Like, oh my god, he hates himself. Have I ever met anyone? Yes, I have. Yeah. Just, that's average. When you look around, everyone's an empty vessel. They hate themselves. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. I'm a nice person. I give. Does anybody give back to me? No. Do I care? If I did care, I'd go insane. So I can't care. And that, the human race is useless, cold. The Lancaster, Pennsylvania mission, it's one of the worst places in the world. They advertise, like, all these people think the program's good. I mean, there's so many homeless people, they come there. When I was staying there in 2021, there was like 6 beds that were empty. And a person, like, from Mannheim, Lidditz, called homeless. They actually come to Lancaster. They actually lied to that girl coming to Lancaster for a bed, and there's no bed. And my fake born-again church, they're like, oh, well, the Lancaster mission's so wonderful. Like, really? What about the trans that they had there? That had their own bathroom and went into the woman's bathroom and stole a power charger. And her friend goes, well, you have cameras, right, out in the shelter area, not in the bathroom. You could have seen that she went into the bathroom at that second in time that I said, 4:30 in the morning before he goes to work. And, he also was sexually harassing, like, all the women. He wanted to fuck them all. This is the Lancaster mission, okay? They suck. Lancaster, Pennsylvania mission sucks. And, don't ever praise them. I believe all the truth. Well, I seen it with the trans. He was sleeping right in front of me, okay? Who cares? And he did meth inside with another girl that got kicked out. Okay? They both did meth, like, right in front of the cameras. Like, the Lancaster mission doesn't care. That was the shelter that I lived in 2021. And that's the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So, the Lancaster mission is just a joke. A total joke. Okay? Like, really? Like, there's a meth head that sleeps, all the beds are in a row. There's a meth head the girl slept there, and she slept in front of me. And they both did meth together. What do you want from me? That's the truth. My God. And then this one homeless girl this year, I don't know what happened to her. She said, well, everyone does meth. Yeah, I kind of figured that out. Like, They do K2 and meth. They're fucking insane because you don't know what the hell is in that. You don't know what the hell's in drugs. People hate themselves. Why would you do a drug and you don't even know what the fuck is in that drug? Now, God's herb that got me high in 1990s, that was real stuff. That was motivational weed. That was like, weed with cocaine in it. Okay, so there's God's cocaine from 1988. There's God's herb from 1990s. Nothing wrong with that. I wouldn't take any other medicine, or, who cares? I don't care. I don't take drugs. But apparently everybody else does, and, Lancashire Mission doesn't give a fuck about anybody. Like, at all. They don't do anything. But the trans should have been kicked out because he was sexually harassing. He wanted to fuck everyone in the shelter, and he's on the phone, and people reported him sexually harassing. Like, that's just one thing that he should have got kicked out for. Then he sold a power changer. Then he got another hardworking girl kicked out of there, and he was supposed to get kicked out too. It was a huge fight, but they let him stay. So, they're total bullshit. All these people are like really stupid. Like, an issue with a homeless person is they need a place to stay. The Lancaster Mission is no place to stay. Neither is, there is no shelters. You go in America, and it's really sad that this whole time from 1980s to now, 40 years, okay? There's no shelters for humans, but there's more shelters for animals and less shelters for humans. People are a joke. They don't care. And, you're a victim for life. And then, what? There's no shelters in any of the cities, right? They're all full all the time. What does a victim have? Predators. My predator of 2020 was Pretender Narcissist. I did not know how bad that character really was. He was death to me. I wanted to kill myself. I had a mental breakdown. He took me to my girlfriend's house. He's on his phone with his god, purple alien god, gonna give her $2,000 again. Like he always does. So, has nothing to do with me, but he never helped me out. He tortured me to death. No gas money. No gas money. Just go out there and panhandle. And he's giving Purple Alien God $2,000? Really? You have that much money in the bank, and you're screaming to me every single fucking day. Every single fucking day about gas money. How dare you? I'm the one who had to put up with it. Purple Alien God didn't have to put up with anything. Purple Alien God had it made, and still has it made. He can do whatever he wants, and he does. Well, he hates himself. He's miserable. He's completely miserable. So at least I can say, I have God's peace that passes all understanding. I love myself. He'll never, he's just an empty vessel. He's just vicious and hates everybody. He's so jealous of Oprah, hates late George Carlin, hates Weird Al Yankovic, which was a genius too. He hates talent. What did Weird Al Yankovic ever do to you? And he's funny. No, he's, I hate all the people that I was forced to deal with. They're totally insane. I can't help that. I can't help it that the majority of people on the face of the planet are totally insane, just like Pretender Narcissist. I really can't. I have nothing to do with him. But yet he gets help all the time. I don't know, because he's, has a disease, or who gives a shit? Because God knows he never cared about me or my kids. Not one time. I'm so glad that Purple Alien kids are... her kids are taking advantage of him. Cool. Get to drive out to Timbuktu, pick them up from McDonald's. Good job. Good job, Purple Alien kids. If I was a millionaire, I'd give you 1,000 for that. I mean, okay, people are gonna, oh, well, I'm not supposed to check around with evil. I mean, what are you supposed to, well,